Imagine the soft glow of Christmas lights flickering across a room filled with laughter that rings just a little too hollow. The kind that masks years of unspoken resentments. That's where it all began for me. Elena Vargas. On that fateful Christmas Eve in the heart of Bellevue, Washington. At 35, I'd carved out my own corner of stability, a senior accountant at a bustling fintech startup in downtown Seattle. A sleek condo with views of the Puget Sound that whispered promises of peace. And boundaries I'd built like fortress walls against my family's endless drama. But that night, as I stood by the twinkling tree, nursing a glass of mulled wine, my cousin Lila cornered me with eyes wide and pleading. Elena, my banking app's freaking out. Must be the holiday glitch. I need to tell my buddy Sarah. She's out of work with 2 kids. And I promise to help with gifts. Can I use your phone? Just for a sec. Through the browser, her voice carried that familiar lilt of desperation. The one that always tugged at my guilt strings. The room buzzed with relatives. Aunts chattering over eggnog. Uncles debating football scores. Refusing would paint me as the cold one. The successful cousin who'd forgotten her roots. So I handed it over. Unlocked. Watching her slip out to the porch for a better signal. 10 minutes stretched into 15. Her silhouette hunched over the screen like she was unraveling a secret. When she returned, cheeks flushed, she flashed a grin that didn't quite land. Done. Sarah's kids are set. You're a lifesaver. The phone felt warm in my palm, almost alive with whatever she'd done. I pushed the unease down, buried it under dessert and small talk, and drove home thinking the night hadn't been a total disaster. But the next morning, as steam rose from my coffee mug, my phone pinged, a bank alert that hit like a gut punch. 8 grand. Vanished. Transferred to Lila Reyes at 9:47 p.m. The night before. My hands trembled as I logged in, the numbers blurring through rising panic. Authorized from my device. No holds. Just gone. The denial hit first. A frantic call to the bank where a calm rep confirmed the nightmare. It looks legitimate. MS. Vargas. From your IP. Your credentials. Then rage. Hot and uncoiling. As I dialed Lila. Voicemail. Again. Voicemail. The drive to her place in Kirkland felt like wading through molasses. My mind racing with excuses she might spin. She opened the door in plush loungewear, looking annoyingly refreshed, like she'd slept on a cloud funded by someone else's sweat. Elena? What's up? Her tone was casual. Too casual. You stole $8,000 from me. The words hung heavy. But her face cycled through faint shock to a smirk that twisted the knife. Stole? That's harsh. I moved some funds. Sure. But come on. She stepped aside, letting me into her apartment, spotless, with leather couches and a view that screamed unearned luxury. It's not a big deal. You earned that in. What? A few weeks. The point is, it's mine. But she poured herself a mimosa. No offer to me. And dropped the bomb. It's for the family. I'm getting a condo, 3 bedrooms. Perfect for when Aunt Maria and Uncle Jose need us. We'll all be together. Like it should be. The room spun. You used my money for a down payment? Well, yeah. And your name. My credit's trash. But yours is golden. The loan's in your name. But I'll handle payments. No sweat. Identity theft. Forgery. The words echoed in my skull. But she waved them off like smoke. Family. Elena. Remember that? Or are you too high and mighty now with your city job and your architect boyfriend? I started recording on my phone. Repeat that. About using my name. Her eyes narrowed. Drama queen. Put it away. Aunt and uncle know. They're thrilled you're finally pitching in. I stormed out. Her laughter chasing me. You won't call the cops. You chatter everything over cash you don't need. In my car. The betrayal sank in like acid, etching deep into old wounds, the years of being the reliable one. Funding family crises while my efforts went unnoticed. I called my aunt and uncle. Aunt Maria's voice dripped disappointment. Stole? Such an ugly word. Mija. Lila said you're helping with the condo. It's wonderful, finally acting like blood. She forged my name. Silence. Then, it's just money. You've got plenty. Don't be selfish after all we've sacrificed. I hung up. The line severing more than a call. Home felt like a sanctuary violated. I dropped my keys. Shattered a mug. The crash mirroring the fracture inside. Elena, my boyfriend. Marcus. Emerged from the bedroom. Concern etching his features, 6 feet 2 inches of steady presence in faded jeans. He crossed the room, ignoring the glass, and held me as the sobs came. Raw and unrelenting, unleashing decades of swallowed pain. When I quieted, he brewed tea, swept the mess, and switched to problem-solver mode from the start. Every detail. I spilled it all, the party. The phone. The fraud. His jaw tightened. This is federal-level stuff. Identity fraud. Theft. I can't send her to jail. She didn't hesitate to ruin you. He pulled up my credit report. And the horror multiplied. Cards I never opened. Loans for Alexis. Store credits at Bloomingdale's. Saks. Over $42,000 in debt. Starting 2 years back. Small at first. Then snowballing. 2 years, I whispered. She's been smiling at me while bleeding me dry. We filed a police report that night. But the real fire ignited in me, a quiet, simmering resolve born from betrayal's ashes. The days blurred into a siege. Marcus turned our living room into a command center. Spreadsheets mapping the theft like a crime scene. Look, he said, highlighting a chase card, $5,200, spa days at the Ritz. Trips to Vegas. Another, Amex. $7,800, a Rolex. With your name. Lila's texts kept coming. Brazen, hey. Rent's tight. Spot me $500. The gall fueled my fury. We traced IP addresses to her Wi-Fi. Signatures that were sloppy forgeries, her L's too flourishy. My V's angled wrong. She's impersonating you, Marcus growled. Pulling bank footage, Lila in outfits mimicking mine. Hairstyled just so. The violation crawled under my skin. She'd studied me like prey. Then the email. New account alert. A Neiman Marcus card. Opened post-confrontation. She's ramping up, Marcus said. Calls to creditors became ritual. Fraud claim. No. I didn't authorize. We froze my credit. Gathered alibis. I was in San Francisco for a conference when she appeared for the condo loan. The documents arrived. $410,000 mortgage in my name. For a spot in Sammamish called Evergreen Heights. Down payment, $82,000. Piece from my stolen funds and cash advances. And the ID? A forged driver's license. Her face photoshopped onto mine. Federal crime, Marcus confirmed. Lila's messages turned desperate. Why ignore me? This is petty. I forwarded them all. Building the case. Aunt Maria called. You're harassing her. We know about the condo, thought you were helping. Family sorts this privately. Like you sorted enabling her? The disappointment in her voice was a familiar whip, after all we've done. I hung up. The silence deafening. But empowering. They were complicit. Blind or willful, it didn't matter. The web tightened. Marcus took me on officially as his client January 2nd. In his firm's sleek office overlooking the bay. No more direct contact, he instructed. Relief washed over me like cool rain. He hired a forensic expert. Carla. Who dissected the fraud? Pyramid scheme with your credit, elaborate, but riddled with holes. Subpoenas revealed patterns, advances funneled to luxuries. A $60,000 business loan pending under a fake firm in my name, applied Christmas Eve while she borrowed my phone. Police in 3 counties whistled at our binders, prosecutable gold. The loan officer recalled she was jittery. Checked her watch constantly. Footage confirmed Lila's act. She kept spending $4,500 in a week on couture and dining. Her Instagram flaunted it, living my best life. Envy is ugly. Taunting. Then her Facebook rant, I did it for us. Elena. The condo's our future. You're selfish, blood over bucks. Go to cops. And I'll expose you as the family wrecker. Marcus grinned, confession and threat. Gift wrapped. The pressure built. A storm gathering. January 20th. They ambushed my door, Aunt Maria. Uncle Jose. Lila like a tribunal. I cracked it. Chain latched. Talk sense and pleaded. No. Lila shoved. Drop this crap. Over the fraud. The fake ID. The $42,000. Aunt gasped, what have you done? Me? She's the thief. Uncle bellowed, family. Neighbors peeked. She's overreacting, Lila sneered. But her pallor betrayed fear. Marcus arrived. Phone out, trespassing. Leave. Who are you? Uncle snarled. Her lawyer. Harassment charges next. They retreated. Lila's eyes pleading, you'll regret alone. But as they drove off, power surged through me, the betrayed becoming the avenger. Social media erupted, Lila's posts about toxic kin, calls from relatives labeling me heartless. I blocked them. Aunt's text, Lila's crumbling, your fault. Manipulation's last gasp. I slept soundly. The guilt absent. Filing day came. Criminal charges. Civil suit. No turning back. 9 months later. In King County Court. Under fluorescent lights that hummed like tension wires. The climax erupted. I sat prosecution side. Marcus my anchor. Lila slouched. Gaunt in a ill-fitting suit. Flanked by my aunt and uncle. Charges rang, identity theft. Fraud. Forgery. Evidence paraded statements. Forgeries. Footage. The fake ID. Carla testified, systematic devastation, $42K plus fees. Lila's defense crumbled, poor choices for family. On the stand. She cracked, Elena has it all. I wanted a slice borrowed. I'd repay. The ID. Mistake. She begged me, forgive? No. My statement poured out, she stole my future. My trust. With family cheering. They made me the villain for justice. Verdict. Guilty all counts. For years federal prison. Parole after 2 with restitution. Gavel's crack unleashed chaos, aunt's wail, she's a kid. Uncle's rage, dead to us. Lila cuffed. Screaming apologies too late. Additional, aunt and uncle pay $25,000 restitution. Condo seized for auction. Jess, Elena. Sorry, but I watched unmoved. The pain alchemized to resolve. October's chill bit as deputies seized the condo. I stood with Marcus. Watching. My aunt and uncle barred the door, our home. Fraudulent, the officer stated. They scrambled for belongings amid movers. Aunt begged, homeless because of you? Consequences, I replied. In the master closet. A vision board, my photo. Scrawled, her life is mine. Chilling proof. Auction yielded $460,000 after payoffs. $65,000 to me. I donated $12,000 to fraud victims. Bought our dream home earned. Mine. A prison text, sorry. Jealousy broke me. Forget me. Deleted. Months later. Spotting them in a market. I turned away. Whispers. She looks happy. I was free. Boundaries ironclad. Engagement ring gleaming, Marcus proposed. New life blooming. They lost a daughter, I gained justice. The price? High, but worth every scar. Betrayal's fire forged me unbreakable.